Hi, I'm Tracy Christensen. Welcome to Community Connection. For children, teens, and adults suffering from emotional, physical, or developmental disabilities, therapeutic horseback riding is a way for them to develop self-esteem and independence. Tammy Clegg and Ben Armbruster with Hoofbeats Healing join me today to talk about the important healing factors associated with riding. Hi, Tammy and Ben.
Hello.
Well, I'm a big fan of therapeutic riding, as my daughter has experienced that, and I just think it's wonderful. So let's talk about why it's so helpful.
Well, thanks, first of all, for inviting us.
Absolutely.
I love to spread the word of what we do. Our therapeutic riding process is quite a bit different than a normal therapeutic horseback riding. The difference is, if you've ever heard the theory that if you don't crawl correctly, your brain doesn't get mapped correctly. And the horses we use genetically move like you're crawling. And so it's very different than a normal horse. So experientially, we are seeing a bigger difference because the horses, when you ride them, pattern you physically and neurologically like you're crawling, which is whole brain.
Isn't that amazing? So what kind of effects does that have on someone who's struggling in a myriad of ways, like we talked about? Could be physically, emotionally.
Everybody's special needs to a certain degree.
Sure.
And we see a lot of PTSD, a lot of trauma, anxiety, depression, fibromyalgia, Down syndrome, autism. We see just about everything. And we see people with strokes, trying to get them to be able to be functional again. And these horses just have an amazing gait and ability where we are going to be starting to do some research to quantify how different they are in the process.
Wow. And Ben is your trusty helper. Talk about what you do with the Hoofbeats Healing program.
I do a lot of volunteering. I help with lessons and a lot of other stuff.
That's great. You're the man in the know.
Yeah.
And have you been around horses a long time?
17 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's how long he's volunteered with us.
Wow.
And he's being humble. He's won 2 world championships. So he rides as well and helps teach lessons.
Incredible. That's great to have that knowledge and experience in your program.
Yeah.
Wow. And so what should people know about therapeutic horseback riding, or what kinds of conditions should call you?
Well, sometimes I'll get a phone call saying, what special needs do you take? Right now, we're seeing a huge influx of PTSD, or reactive attachment disorder, or trauma. And we're seeing huge results with that because it kind of resets the brain. It turns the amygdala part of the brain off, which is the reactionary part of the brain, and turns the frontal lobe on, which helps soothe the brain. And that's what we are seeing with our clients, and that's why we're starting the research.
That's amazing. And where are you located?
We're in Saratoga Springs, and we are also in Bountiful on Wednesdays. That's where we see the veterans. They come straight from the VA to us to ride.
I bet they love it.
They do, and it's so much fun because, like, we have one client that has PTSD so severely he just shakes. And his wife says, "I just want my husband back." And after the first ride, he quit shaking, which was huge for him. And I was talking to her the other day, and she says, "I'm getting my husband back." And so I feel like we have a service that we can provide to a lot of the community, not just through riding, but through also volunteering, because it's very rewarding.
That's incredible. Ben, do you need more volunteer help?
Yes.
You'd like to not be scooping so much, is what you're saying.
We always need more.
That's great. And where can people find you? Online or?
It's hoofbeats.us.
Okay.
And our phone number is 801-836-HEAL, H-E-A-L, or 4325. We have about 800 volunteer hours right now a month. We're seeing about 125 people a week right now. And we're in the middle of raising some funding so we can have a permanent home. In the facility, we could see 200 people a day.
Wow, that would be a lot.
And we have a huge scholarship program. So if people can't afford it, they can apply to the scholarship program because we try not to turn anybody away that needs help.
So great. Thank you both for being with us and for providing that service.
Thank you.
Hoofbeats Healing is one way that our family and friends with special needs of any kind can experience an improved quality of life. To learn more about this and other organizations in Utah that are doing good work, please go to our website at kbyu11.org. Thanks so much for joining us on Community Connection.